My honors, Webster, it is, you may call me either Anthony Dubus or Anthony Edward Dubus. I do not accept the
All
term.
right, guys, today we're going straight into a courtroom where confidence walks in louder than logic. This man doesn't just enter, he arrives with an identity crisis, a grudge against grammar, and a personal war against the word sir. Before the case even breathes, he's already rewriting pronouns and inventing titles. Meanwhile, the judge barely flinches, calmly reminding him that court doesn't run on vibes, feelings, or made-up Latin. From the opening seconds, you can feel it. This won't be justice versus crime. This will be reality versus delusion.
The record in 23 TR 2777, State of Kansas versus Anthony Edward Dubus. Jared Regier for the state. Is Mr. Dubus present? Anthony Dubus?
I am Anthony Edward Dubus. Dubus is the English pronunciation. Dubus is the original French. And I am appearing specially in propria persona, not pro se, as sui juris.
Okay, first of all, I can't see you, so you're not here.
Parents satisfied?
Thank you, sir. Now,
Absolutely.
as far as I need to go, well, we need you back here in person.
Okay, well, it's propria persona, not in person. I'm not the legal entity that you're claiming me to be.
All right, sir, if I can't get you on camera, you're not here.
I'm doing so right now. I'm just removing it as it's taped. It takes a while.
Now, the second order of business, let's get your name straight. I know a family with the same exact spelling in America, and they do pronounce it Dubus, but you said you pronounce it
Dubus,
Dubus?
as the original Dubus, as the original French. Yep.
Very well, Dubus.
Thank you.
Buckle up, guys, because this is where fantasy runs headfirst into the law books. The judge starts reading charges like a grocery list from hell. No license, no registration, no insurance. And suddenly, the fairy tale collapses into fines, jail time, and cold numbers. You can almost hear the courtroom temperature drop as consequences enter the chat. His tone stays bold, but his situation doesn't. This is the moment the game stops and the clock starts. The judge isn't impressed. She's counting violations and the total isn't good.
It may be either pro se, either appear in person, or propria persona.
Well, in my years of law school and nearly 40 years of practice, both as an attorney and a judge, it's been in person, and that's what I'm going with, sir. I believe that is just fine. So in any event, we will proceed with your charges. In count one, sir, you're charged with operating a motor vehicle on a highway of this state without having a valid driver's license pursuant to KSA 8-235A. In count two, it is alleged that on or about the 17th day of August 2023 in Butler County, Kansas, you did then and there unlawfully operate or attempt to operate a motor vehicle, to wit, a 2003 Honda Accord, upon a highway of the state, to wit, 1700 block of East Foxdale Street, Andover, Butler County, Kansas, while the vehicle was not registered in violation of KSA 8-142. In count three, it is alleged that on or about the 17th day of August 2023 in Butler County, Kansas, Anthony Edward Dubus,
Thank you,
did
Myron.
then and there unlawfully and intentionally drive a motor vehicle upon a public highway or property open to use by the public and failed to provide proof of insurance upon demand by a law enforcement officer. Now, sir, if you had insurance when you were stopped but just didn't have it with you or couldn't find it quickly, just provide proof to the county attorney and they'll most likely dismiss that charge. But if you really didn't have insurance, You're looking at a Class B non-person misdemeanor. The law does require a minimum fine if you're convicted of $300 up to $1,000, and it does have a possible jail sentence up to 6 months. Those are the charges again.
All right, guys, here comes a masterclass in speaking confidently while being completely wrong. This man unpacks his greatest hits. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. I'm exempt, I'm not commerce, I'm not a person. It's Courtroom karaoke straight from the Sovereign Citizen playlist. And while he talks himself into knots, the judge slices each argument cleanly off the table. No emotion, no performance, just law versus folklore. This is where belief meets statute, and belief gets steamrolled without hesitation.
Yeah, I don't understand the nature and cause of the charges. I have not had my accuser face me to bring the charges against me, as is a violation of due process. And I want to correct, for the record of the court, the named defendant is different than the named person, being myself. Hold on, let me make sure I get that in view of the camera. The named person here is different than the one named in the charges and the counts, being a difference of representation of who exactly it is the charges are against. And it is to my belief and knowledge that per KAR 8243 subsection A, exemption from the motor carrier safety regulations, A, the occasional transportation of personal property by private motor carriers that is not for compensation and is not in the furtherance of a commercial enterprise. I am exempt from these rules and regulations, and if I need to get a USDOT number to show that I was not operating a commercial motor vehicle or as a common carrier for business or for profit or in the furtherance of a commercial enterprise, I will be more than happy to produce that USDOT number to show that I am in fact a private motor carrier, not operating in commerce, not driving, as I'm merely transporting and traveling.
Buckle up, guys, because this is where paperwork becomes the final boss. He triumphantly claims he filed a motion to dismiss, only for the court to respond with a legal version of "no, you didn't." Turns out, emailing the courthouse isn't filing. It's just screaming into the void. Then comes the reveal. He contacted the wrong building. You can feel it. The confidence drains like air from tire. This man didn't just lose an argument. He lost the entire procedure manual.
Motor vehicle, again, not a commercial vehicle. These are not laws that are subject to the commercial code or to the administrative regulation that you referred.
Although you mentioned the word operating, operating is a term used for the furtherance of a commercial enterprise, or driving, operating, the physical use or furtherance of for-profit business or for compensation.
It may under the commercial code, but not under the code otherwise.
It is under Kansas, correct?
It is not under Chapter 8 of the Kansas statutes, or Chapter 40, which are filed under. But we can address that at a later date at a trial or a motions hearing if necessary. But I do not see the statutory language that you're addressing being applicable to these statutes, at least preliminarily at this hearing.
It is within, sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's my ruling there. And then on the name issue, I am not tracking you there. The only difference I see is that at the top of the document, state of Kansas and your name are capitalized, and in the individual charges, it's traditional capital letter of the first name, all lowercase of the remaining names throughout. So I'm not following that argument. Again, if you want to readdress that at a later date, we can, but I'm just not seeing that argument.
Okay.
Now
I motion and move this court to dismiss this case for the motion I have filed and for the brief in support of motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction.
Sir, I do not have any such motion or brief in support. Mr. Regier, have you received any such documents?
All right, guys, this is where the courtroom transforms into a conspiracy podcast gone wrong. He declares only 2 courts exist, quotes treason laws, challenges the government's legitimacy, and basically accuses everyone of crimes while standing trial himself. It's not defense anymore, it's freestyle delusion. The judge doesn't argue. She doesn't react. She just watches the meltdown like a fire safely contained behind glass. This isn't law being debated. This is a man arguing with the concept of reality itself and losing loudly.
Boss, who did you file the motion and brief with?
Well, seeing as your guys' e-file is down for what is it? It's called a ransom malware or something. I cannot e-file.
Right,
so
but you can mail it or you can walk it into the clerk of the court. Have you done that?
Yes, I've mailed it by email, which a court
I'm sorry,
clerk
but I
could.
Go ahead, please. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. It was by email, which the court clerk said I could, considering the e-file was down. And I can't really go 20-something miles to do that, considering my personal property was stolen.
Are you serious?
When did you email it, sir? When did you email it?
A while ago.
Judge.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do not accept emailed filings, only faxed or by mail or person.
Okay,
Oh,
I was told that they do not have fax, so I could not do that. So email would be okay.
He may have called the wrong courthouse then.
They spent 10 minutes finding my case because your guys' system was down. So I'm fairly certain it was the correct one.
Okay. Do you recall which you filed or which court you called?
Let me go to my sent. tstafford@bucokansas.com.
I think that might be at the county courthouse, not the district courthouse.
Okay. So if you want to file something, sir, let's make sure you file it in a fashion that will get it officially recognized. So Ashley, how do you suggest he file motions and the like?
He will either need to mail us a copy of it or he can fax file.
And is your guys' fax active?
Yes, that has been the whole time.
Okay, and
it's not effective, yes.
What's the fax number?
Our fax number is 316-321-9486.
Okay, and my honor, I have one last question. For the nature and cause of these charges, is it a criminal or is it a civil matter?
This is a criminal matter.
Okay, as it is a criminal matter, there are 2 jurisdictions which I may be tried. One is the common law, and the other is a military tribunal. Which of those 2 do you intend to try me in?
I intend to try you in this one, sir.
Which is this one? Please elaborate.
The criminal one.
Well, criminal has 2 jurisdictions. It is either the common law or it is the military tribunal.
Well, sir, we're not going to go into that at this point.
Are you refusing to acknowledge to me and tell me the nature and cause of the charges?
I have told you the nature and the cause of the charges.
You are not elaborating.
I think the remaining issue, sir, is whether you're going to hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or represent yourself.
My honor, I need to know whether or not this is going to be in the common law or in
Buckle up, guys, because this is the slow crash landing. The judge calmly takes his phone number, notes he's homeless, appoints a lawyer he swears he doesn't want, and sets his court date like a final stamp of reality. He threatens judicial complaints. She barely blinks. The courtroom moves on without him, the ultimate quiet defeat. And just like that, the system doesn't scream, it closes the door. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.